following program is produced by Marshfield Community Television.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Cooking with Ruth, and I hope all of you had a happy Father's Day. We had a really nice time on Father's Day with having our kids back home. Matthew and Alana arrived in Weston, Wausau on Saturday
Afternoon, Saturday night,
and then came to our house
on Sunday.
and all the kids were home, so it was a really good time. Matthew and Alana just met Mia for the first time, and she was pretty wild and excited.
Mia's the puppy dog. You probably have seen her maybe
on TV.
Show, on our Pod Thai show.
Yeah.
I think, maybe?
So Matthew and Alana had actually dog sat 5 dogs in Turkey, so they were pretty enchanted with Mia. And so anyway, it was a really good time.
It was a great Father's Day.
We're hoping to have Matthew and Alana in another interview in a couple of weeks, and we're going to be cooking something from Turkey.
Right.
So, but before then, we're going to
from the country of Turkey.
From the country of Turkey,
We're
yes.
not making turkey.
Right.
Okay.
So before then, we are preparing for the 4th of July. So as you can see, we've got some red, white, and blue things going on here. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to make a couple different items, which will hopefully help you out. A lot of people are camping. These would be great things to even take along, camping if you wanted to. So the first thing we're going to make is a caramel apple salad. And many of you might have had this. We've had people that say that's the only thing their kids eat when they go to picnics, and they take those along all the time. So I'm going to have Gary start out by putting in 1 8-ounce container of Cool Whip. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the recipe for a full recipe. So it would be 16 ounces of whipped topping. So you can have a brand name or a generic name. And we're just going to put that in a large bowl for mixing purposes.
Just like that.
The typical full package Jell-O, instant pudding and pie filling, would be this size. But because we're actually doing a half, we're going to put half.
Size.
But you would use one 5.5 ounce, I believe, or 5.1. It's the larger package anyway.
There's a large and a small box in the store, so you just pick whatever size and group that you think you need it for. Okay, so that goes in.
And then add a half a cup of milk.
Should I stir this in first?
Nope, you can put that in too.
Pour the milk in? Okay.
Pour that in. So you're going to stir in the whipped topping, the Jell-O instant pudding and pie filling, excuse me, and the milk. And then after he gets that all stirred in well, he's going to put that in the refrigerator to just let it, set up a little bit. With having the Jell-O in there, it really sets up quickly because you're not adding nearly as much milk as you would.
Right.
You can just leave the spoon in there if you want to.
Yeah, 'cause I have to scrape it out anyway. Good thinking. That's why you're the boss. Okay.
Okay, and then a full recipe would call for 4 green Granny Smith apples, and we're going to use 2, and it would call for 4 Snicker bars, which Gary will be cutting. So he's going to be cutting these things up. Let me grab a little bowl for you for that. And when you cut the Granny Smith apples, you leave the skins on, which gives them, I think that actually has a lot of nutrients in their apple skins, doesn't it?
I think it does.
Okay, so leave the skins on, just get out all of the seeds and everything. And while he cuts and chops the apples, then I'm going to make another quick and easy recipe. So this is a parfait, and I've made different kinds of parfaits. This parfait is actually going to be made with yogurt, and the recipe calls for 1 cup of vanilla yogurt or unflavored yogurt. I'm actually using just a plain Greek yogurt. So 1 cup of Greek yogurt. And it says 8 ounces of, again, non-dairy whipped topping. So but it wants you just to put in a half, just mix half of your whipped topping, because then you're going to use some of the whipped topping as a garnish. So we'll put in half of that. And then we're just going to mix these two ingredients together. Oh, and we're also going to put in a half a teaspoon of vanilla. So you can either use a half a teaspoon of vanilla or a quarter teaspoon of almond extract. And we typically use the full vanilla. We don't use the imitation anymore. I think it makes everything just taste a little bit better, I think. Okay, so you just stir that up, and that's all set. Now you can really do your glasses, different sizes. It calls for a 12-inch glass. I have 3 different glasses out here. If you want to get fancier, I have our little crystal Parfait glass. And you're just going to layer fruit, blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries. So put your blueberries on the bottom. And we'll just start by putting some in each of these 3 glasses. Oops, that's one of my blueberries. And then a chunkier size glass. And these are just all different beverage glasses. If you want to take this on a picnic, then you could just use red Solo cups or some kind of a plastic, other kind of clear plastic if you want it to be a little bit fancier. And then we're going to put a layer of our yogurt and whipped topping in. And this doesn't have to be, you know, real neat or anything because you're going to continue adding more fruit to it. This recipe says that it makes enough for 6 servings.
We're doing both of these things.
We are doing simultaneously. Okay, next we are going to add some of our red raspberries, and that gives it a lot of nice color. And the raspberries have been really nice at the grocery store.
This must be a good time of the year for the raspberries. Blueberries have been very nice too.
Sometimes it's really frustrating, especially when we're, you know, needing nice fruit to top cheesecakes.
How small you
That
want
can
these?
be, and then halve them. Yep.
Like in half here?
Right.
Okay.
And then we're going to put another layer of our whipped topping. I feel like we're running a race here to see who's going to get done first.
Oh, I'm not racing. I'm just naturally fast.
Okay.
Or are we racing?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, and for the last
Oh,
fruit,
another layer.
yep, we're going to just put on some strawberries.
Gonna leave the stems on?
So I'm going to leave the
Just
stem
for a
on
little decoration.
one of them like so. But then we're going to then have a couple that we're going to just,
Pieces.
you know, kind of put a couple of, you know, pieces. You can kind of layer those so that they look nicer.
Okay.
And we've got a larger one here, so I'm just going to start putting that one like that. And we're going to just cut up another one. And then we'll just cut the other tops off and then slice those again.
That looks real nice, Ruthie.
Oh, thanks.
You're doing a good job.
And you can really garnish these however you wish. And you could put some more strawberries in there too if you wanted, or you can even add, I was going to say a couple of blueberries to go on top with the red. How about that?
So
Yeah, a couple just to.
Right on the top too.
So I'm just going to put another slice of strawberry on there.
There you go. There.
Okay, so these are our little parfaits. Now, to finish off your salad.
Yeah, do you need your towel? Wipe your hands?
Yes.
Okay, time to
Okay,
get it
so
out.
now you need to get out your Cool Whip or whipped topping, vanilla.
Yes.
Oh, you don't have
Thickened a little
vanilla.
bit.
There.
No, we don't have vanilla, but it's vanilla pudding.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just going to move out of here a minute.
Okay. Now we're gonna put the apples in. And the Snicker pieces.
And we actually could have had probably another Snicker bar in there, which makes it nice.
Yeah.
And so let me just get this. There's people that really like the Snicker bars.
it
It
depends
really
if you
makes
have-
it nicer.
If you have a lot of kids eating this, and more Snickers, the more kids have to eat it. Okay, that's simple enough. And then what next? Do we want to do
Okay.
a little caramel on top? We're gonna put that in.
We are,
Put that in
yep,
that bowl.
we're going to put this in our basket for
4th of July.
4th of July basket. So we just happen to have a nice star basket. And I think we're probably going to have to end up putting extra Snicker bars in there because I don't think there's enough chocolate.
Never get chocolate. She loves Snickers.
Actually, that's
And
your
chocolate in general.
that's your favorite.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to put it on you. I would not do this myself. I wouldn't do it just for myself, but I would do it for Ruth Gary.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Hey, how does that look, dear?
It looks
Now we wanna-
terrific.
Now we want to do a little, what do you say, keep it light and fluffy, right?
Yep, and you can probably just
Scrape that
that off a little bit.
And then we're going to put some
Gonna
caramel,
drizzle.
a little
So then
caramel on there.
what the recipes, call for is that you would just let this set up a bit for like an hour in your
Before this.
refrigerator before you put that on. But we're
But
just gonna do it.
We want to do it now.
Yeah. So just do a nice drizzle back and forth. Oh, that looks good. It looks
Am I
good
doing
enough to
okay?
eat. Uh-huh.
Well, then let's do that. Let's eat it. You want to go the other direction too, or
Nope,
just one
that's
way?
good.
Okay.
One way is just fine.
All right.
And then you can just top it with some more nuts. I might have chopped those a little bit too fine, but just a few chopped nuts.
And of course, like if anybody enjoys peanuts and ice cream and chocolate, you don't have the chocolate
good.
here, but the salt in the peanuts. I'm going to put a little more right there.
The recipe actually calls for a half a cup of chopped peanuts if
Right.
it was a full recipe. Okay, so we have our basket all set to go with our knives and forks and spoons, our smaller red Solo cups,
There we go.
and our parfaits. So I think we're,
We're set for 4th of July.
yeah, now if it was
At
just
least
like,
the light, fluffy dessert
Right.
part. Then we have to get into the brats, the currywurst, like we did on a previous show.
and probably some extra pretzels,
And
hot
some
pretzels.
hot pretzels.
pretzels.
Yep, soft hot
Of
pretzels.
course, potato
Good.
salad.
Potato salad.
baked
gotta have some of
beans.
that, baked beans.
Yeah.
We have to
so
do that on some show sometime. Our
we will, our
baked
baked
beans.
beans, yes, we will.
We have the best baked beans. I'm not
But
bragging.
for now,
It's the
this
truth.
is as good as it's going to get.
For today.
So now 4th of July was just here today. This would be really great.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be ready to go.
Yeah, I think we have to eat it though because 4th of July is going to be a few days yet, and that fruit would not last.
That's true.
It's not going to last for another hour probably.
Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode of Cooking with Ruth. So until next time, happy cooking and happy 4th of July.
Yes. Stuff is great. It's so healthy for you. I mean, it has all the nutrients you need, the whole pyramid. You know, it's got the fruit, it's got the
Nuts
it's got
must
the
be
legumes,
protein.
Yeah, protein. There's protein in there. And of course,
And
chocolate
when
is
we've got
also
some milk.
chocolate is also a vegetable. Yes, you have the dairy,
Yeah.
and you have the non-dairy whipped up. Oh.
For the gluten,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
that doesn't really
Yeah,
help
and you
for
have
the
the Jello.
people that are lactose intolerant.
Jello is actually from the animals, from an animal.
We don't want to get
We don't
into
want to get into that
yeah,
though. You always tell me I have a big mouth.
Okay, I think we're good.